Hello Gemini, welcome to Oyetana Tarot channel. I'll be doing a reading today for you about your current situation. Let's get started. Alright, what should Gemini know about their current situation? You have the Ace of Swords showing up for you. Eight of Swords showing up for you. Queen of Swords showing up for you. That's a lot of sword energy. Queen of Swords showing up for you. The Sun. Okay, that's quite okay. So this Hangman, and what other card wanted to pop out? This Wheel of Fortune, fantastical. All right, Gemini, you have the Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Sun, Hangman, and the Wheel of Fortune showing up for you. I think I've said this before to you, Gemini. Be careful who you share your story with. Be careful who you tell things. Be careful who you share your secrets with. Be very mindful of what you say to who. Do not share your hidden heart desires with people that you cannot trust. Even with those you can trust, you should be picky with them. Be very, very mindful about who you share your innermost heart desires with so that it doesn't spread its wings and fly away. So you're able to achieve them. With the Hangman and the Wheel of Fortune combined showing up for you here in this reading, I can see that there's something that you are processing, and again it's really showing up with the swords energy here, which is something that has to do with the mind. And you can see with the Hangman there's kind of a certain level of introspection, right, that you're experiencing. And with this introspection comes a change of fortune for you. So it could be that there's something that you're developing with your mind. There's this kind of level of maybe brainstorming that you're doing, or a business planning that you are conducting, and this will bring about a change in your fortunes. It could also mean that you are going to need to invest a certain amount of money to be able to get a certain amount of money. But the Wheel of Fortune is showing something here in relation to this particular cards that are set up in this reading, where it's signifying that you're going to put down some money in order to be able to make a certain amount of money that you so desire. And it's interesting that you can see the sun rays just striking against the Ace of Swords, and there's just like a direct line between the Ace of Swords to the Queen of Swords. And this is also very connected in the sense that there's a new idea, there's something new that you need to work on, or that you're already working on, and you'll be able to do this by being very conscious of what you do, what you say, how you build, in order to be able to have significant growth, right? With the Queen of Swords energy, this is also very a matter of your mind, conscious of what you say, right? And you are in charge. You do not feel restricted with the Eight of Swords energy. I think also maybe the Eight of Swords energy is showing up because maybe there's a certain level of frustration, or a certain level of maybe you feel stuck in some way about what next to do or how next to approach this project that you have taken on. But do not worry, there's hope with the Sun showing up for you, literally, because the sunlight is really getting into this recording that I'm doing, and it's such a good thing. I like the rays of the sun, and you can see it's very much reflected, even very much illuminated, enhanced, right? So there's a certain level of enhancement that you have with the sun energy here showing up for you. So this introspection that you're going through with the Hangman energy showing up for you, it's a positive change. It's a positive change. It's a spinning of the wheel to ensure that your fortunes come in the way that you want, because your change of fortunes is a constant growth and development to ensure that you are not stuck, you don't get left behind, because you always find a way out, right? So let's see what the Oracle card has to say about your current situation. What should we know about Gemini's current situation? The Phoenix rise. Interesting. What has been born away, making space for something new? What transformation are you stepping into? All right, let's see. What more? Okay, you have two cards popping up for you. There's one that flew off camera. All right, the Tower. I told you that there's change, right? So you have the Tower card showing up for you. Are you isolating yourself or feeling trapped? What is keeping you in this high place? and how might you climb down. And you also have the map with no name saying what part of your life feels uncertain or uncharted. How can you navigate without needing all the answers? Basically, you can see these three cards are saying that there's a change coming, right? There's a change that you're undertaking. There's something that you are doing that you must do in order to grow, in order to move. So the map with no names is probably the breakdown of the tower, right? With the breakdown of the tower, it is in some ways creating room for change. It's in some ways creating room for growth, right? So that is why there's a map with no names, and in essence it is basically the breakdown has led to the rise of the phoenix, because the phoenix cannot rise if it did not burn away in the first place. So there is something in your current situation, Gemini, that is calling for a necessary growth, right? And basically telling you that you might feel overwhelmed with the Eight of Swords, right? But if you can move past that feeling of being overwhelmed, because you are in control of your mind, you're in control of your growth, and there is a necessary change that needs to occur, and you need to maybe stop isolating yourself, or you need to let this change take place. I know that it might feel uncertain, it might feel like you might feel confused, but you need to let the wheel of change occur in your life so you're able to thrive, so that you're able to rise, right, Gemini? So with this, basically, it's showing that there is a necessary growth process that you are experiencing, that you're encountering, to just keep going, right? And Gemini, it's in some way I'm hearing full cycle moment. So it might be something that you have done before, or something that you've been working on for a couple of years, but there's a full cycle in your current situation. It's maybe you might even experience a little bit of deja vu, like, oh, this has happened before, or I've done this before, or I've thought about this before. And it could also be a feeling of maybe just an out of body experience, where you are like, I have just thought about this in this way before, but it feels like it was my past self, or it feels like it was somebody outside of myself that told me, but I know this is the new idea, or this is a new experience to me, particular to me, and why am I feeling this way? So you might have an out of body experience, you might have a deja vu moment. It is because everything is being set right for you to ensure that you grow and you thrive. And that's why you can see with the sun energy, there is just a growth process of hope. There is an expansion. So tell me, let's know what the expansion is about. What is the expansion? What is the expansion that Gemini is experiencing? What is this wheel of change and wheel of fortune in Gemini's current situation? Woo! Don't you just love when everything comes full cycle? Interesting. The world card has shown up for you, right? And with the world card, it is just a cycle of life. It is a full circle moment. It is a feeling of completion. It's a feeling of success. It is basically a great energy of just having labored and finally getting the fruit of your labor, finally getting the result of your labor, having gone through an adventure, right? With the Phoenix card showing up for you from the Oracle deck, it is basically having experienced a breakdown and rising again, and making space for something new, right? Holding space. That holding space has birthed a complete circle, a complete moment. You are able to finish what you started and move into the next thing, right? You have happiness, you are free, and you might have felt stuck, you might have felt dejected, you might have felt rejected. Maybe you had pitched your idea to some people, or maybe you have proposed some business to some people, some investors, or some partners that you thought they will come through for you. Maybe they didn't, and it made you feel some type of way, but you just put your big girl pants on, your big boy pants on, and kept going regardless. You ensure that you were constantly just growing and allowing yourself to feel and allowing yourself to thrive and allowing yourself to maybe go back to the drawing board with the Ace of Swords energy and build again with the Queen of Swords energy and let go of what wasn't working with the Ace of Swords energy and continue to just work hoping against hope with the sun energy showing up for you and looking inward and thinking and brainstorming with the man and just allowing the world to work on your behalf. Just a satisfying conclusion of what you've been working at for so long. That is just quite an interesting moment. It's an interesting cycle of life. Okay, let's see if there's any other thing that you should know about your current situation. Is there a message, final message from the spirits, the Holy Spirit, about your current situation, Gemini? Okay, 2 cards popped up for you. The Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. Interesting. So you're choosing what you have grown, what you have nurtured, what you have planted is growing. So just keep doing what you're doing and you get the best of the best. I wish you all the best. I wish you completion. I wish you success. It is already in the cards. It's already showing in the stars, and the sun energy is something that is really, really showing up for you, right? And just keep going. Just keep believing in yourself. Just keep having the right mindset. You need to have the right mindset, because the right mindset is what can help you burn away the things that are not working and create room for something new. And yes, sometimes we just have to let the world decide what happens, and sometimes we just have to take the world by storm. And I think you're doing the latter, right? I think you're taking the world by storm, Gemini. And yes, you're in the right place to do that. You're in the right position to do that. You're selecting with the 7 of Cups energy. You're being selective. And the Knight of Pentacles energy, I can see that you've moved past the 8 of Swords energy. You've moved into growing what you have developed and ensuring that you are just a person of greatness and completion and advancement and adventure too. So maybe you might be experiencing a new adventure. What is this new adventure that Gemini may experience? I'm seeing adventure. What is this adventure about? Tell us what this adventure is about. 7 of Wands on the Hierophant. All right. You are the one that will decide what the adventure is, really. I think it's an adventure of the mind. There's just something about mind here. Maybe you have a new spiritual encounter. Maybe you have a spiritual awakening. Right, it might be a spiritual awakening. That is the adventure that you are going to experience or that you're currently experiencing, Gemini. Maybe you are going to experience a bit of pushback and you're going to have to fight your way out of that with the 7 of Wands. Right, but there's no fear here. Maybe that is why the Tower card showed up for you, right? With the Tower card showing up for you, it's basically telling you that maybe with the 7 of Wands corresponding with the Tower card, and maybe it's basically saying that there might be opposition, there might be a little bit of pushback from people, but you're prepared and you can handle it. And at the end of the day, you will win because you are meant to. You're meant to. Yeah, a winner. So this has been your reading, Gemini. Thanks for watching Oyetana Tarot channel. I will see you in the next video.